Hi friends, and welcome back to Annelist Journaling. While I'm doing this series of recordings for newbies, I have also worked on a journal. And today I have finished it. I have made the cover, and now I actually think that it's done. So let's do a flip through so we can make sure it will get a new owner. So let's look. This is a loose topper on this one. You have seen the journal earlier. I have worked on it for a while now, and I decided to do a loose topper. I have made some embroidery. I have embroidered some knots, and I have also some embroidery on the side, but I actually put the window on top of the embroidery so you don't see it. But I have done the French knots at least on that one. And then I have this old looking cardboard window that I made a little curtain for and put in an old photo with a man in a boat out on the lake. I love this old photo, so this is special. Of course, a different layer of lace all around it, and also the spine is covered with lace. So this loose topper is also the closure. So it's sewn on seam binding, and then I have covered the back with textile. So all the embroidery and threads are covered up with the textile. So it looks like this, and you close the journal with this seam binding. It's coffee dyed, so it has a bit different shades on it. Antique laces, really old and beautiful ones. So let's put that aside, and this is the journal. It's beautiful with this textile cover, also sewn around. Got a few threads. So this is printed on this thin textile that is put on paper, so you can take it through your printer and print whatever you want on the textile. But I'm going to show you later how to do that without buy this expensive textile papers. So it's pretty chunky now. I have filled it up with a lot of goodies. On the inside we have old 100% linen, and that's cover all the journals, so that's kind of nice. More old laces and printable from the man that owned my farm or built my farm. And this is a pocket that is collaged. And in the pocket I have this old family photo from 1901. And then I have embroidered a little label on top of it, and you can use this for writing. I left the embroidery so you could see it. Have a little decorating piece of just some textile in the corner. The next page has this little envelope just attached with a clip, so you can take it off and use it, or just use it as a pocket. This is also this kind of textile that I have printed on. On the back we have a pocket with some printed embroidery pattern, and then we have a top spot sewn and decorated, and this little frame. It was cute in that little pocket. So then I have these thin papers in between some of the papers, so it looks and it sounds so nice. A small little flip. I have just decorated with some embossed paper to play with. This is also from original old papers and laces and sewn together. All these papers are originals from my 1800 books, and I have put on some textile on them to strengthen them. And this is a little embroidery that also is on the edge, so when you flip the page it's secured with some textile so it won't break. It's have this textile piece between, so. And all these books are in Swedish, so you might not be able to read them, but they are different religious books. A ruby and pearl print and decorated with some embossed paper. Collaging with different papers, scraps, some laces, and a little tag, label with some dates on, and a photo from my farm. And this is just printed on paper, so you can use it as a journaling card. Next page is also a envelope, but I have glued it down so you can use this as a pocket. And this is a piece with textile on the back, so you may print on the front. I have put on some real 3D roses also. And this is put on my eco-dyed paper. And then it's just a piece of textile that it's printed on the side. Another little top spot snippet cluster thingy. And this is also some original eco-dyed papers. And a little journaling card from Ruby and Pearl. This is a print I have made myself with a transparent picture of a dragonfly. And then I have printed it on my old book papers. So this is a little pocket. We have some piano paper and old laces. And this paper is also a really old pattern for embroidery. This is a pocket that is sewn, and I think almost every pocket is sewn on textile, so they are very sturdy. Have some gold decorations where the glue has been, and then just an eco-dyed piece of paper to write on. Index card, I think it's the right name. This is also an original old French paper, and then I have just put on some embossed and made a pocket. A wallpaper print, and I just left this plain because it's so beautiful, and I just put a little lace with the paper clip, so it got a little decoration. More old book papers, and this is a fold out, so it's glued onto this eco-dyed paper, and then you can fold it out and use it as writing space. I have just decorated with some laces and a label. A printed textile pocket, and I have printed it with 2 different colors of stamping ink, so both blue and brown together. A little label from my stash, and this little girl. Also just use it as a journaling card. Put a little needle and some polka dot lace beside her. Another little flip page with antique music paper. Also got some strings with textile in the middle. And then this journaling card that we made in an earlier recording. Just with some brown paper on the back so you can use it as writing space. A little simple pocket with lace, and this is also a journaling card with a photo from Ruby and Pearl and some decoration. I just clipped it with the paper clip so it won't move, as it's a bit thin, this lace pocket. The other side is a floating pocket that I have made from wallpapers with some embroidery on. I have done some hand stitching, and then a journaling card with embossed flowers. And this is kind of a little bag, so you can use it as a bag if you would like to. A hand-sewn little collaged pocket, and then it's just a piece of printed paper and a piece of antique embroidery put down with a rusty needle. Another textile paper pocket with collaging and embossed paper. And a tag. So you can write on it with antique embroidery and crocheted laces. The the other part of the music paper with another little piece with this is eco dyed silk. I have dyed it with plants. And then another little photo from my stash to use as a writing space. Little journaling card. And this is a big journaling card with also a photo from my family farm. These are old pictures that I have found in my old house. Another piece of eco dyed paper, and I have just clipped this down as I didn't want to cover this beautiful eco dyed paper. Same on this, I left it and clipped down another piece of paper to write on and just folded some some linen on the top to give it some strength. The other part of the wallpaper, and then this little boy also from my own photo stash, and I have just put some old book paper on the side with the paper clip for decoration. This is another of these flip outs, so you can fold it out like this, and this is an ruby and pearl XO, and then you can put it together like this, and then it's a pocket on the side, and you also have a pocket or a top spot down here. So that's a bit fun to use like writing space, and also have a lot of place for putting things. I made a belly band from one of my old book pages, and this is also on textile, so it's sturdy, and another embossed handmade paper. A double pocket, so you have a pocket behind and also a pocket down here. Also another photo from my stash, some embroidery on it, and also embroidered this pocket. The next page is the other part of the eco dyed paper, and then I have this piece of silk and a tag to use for writing space. The same on the other side, another tag and writing space on the back. More of my old labels on a little snippet cluster. A little telegraph paper for writing, and some crocheted lace. Writing space decorated with my watercolor painted antique book pages. Another little tuck spot on the old paper with a, it's an A for Anneli, so this is a stamped, forgot it at the, no, not now. Another piece of embossed paper just to write on. We have a little rusty safety pin. Another little top spot behind this one. And this is embroidery paper. An invoice from my farm and a little decorative snippet. A little piece of top spot. Different kind of colors that I have painted on it. Some threads and laces. And I have added simplify. Simply, just simply, not simplify. That was on another one. Make everything simple and make it simply. A little belly band from laces and an old book paper. This is a little paper that I have made as a wraparound with writing space on the inside. It's one of the new kits from Ruby and Pearl with old papers. And another wallpaper print and a little snippet. And on the back of this we have a pocket that goes together with the other page. So this one is stuck into that pocket and put on like that, and then we have this little piece of old paper that I have watercolor painted. A little cute snippet cluster made from some textile and paper and some beautiful bling from Sheila, Boho Daydreams bling. Another printed old letter piece, and then I did this belly band with more of the blue watercolor paper, and a little journaling card goes with it. This is the other side of the music paper, and I have added a piece of dotted textile, polka dots on, and a French original book paper. On the back we have another cluster with some gold and old book paper. The next page has also a lot of things on top of it, so it looks like this: writing space and some beautiful roses. And then I have just clipped this paper on top of it on both sides like this, so that's a big piece for writing. I think I need to do like this so we can get it in place. It was so many paper. Another little top spot, so you can put something behind this one. Another little journaling card with a snippet and some lace, threaded lace. And this is also some different papers and textile glued together. Another old book page that is just clipped onto a printed wallpaper piece, decorated with a little rose. And the same on this page. So this is folded like the other one, so this sits together. A piece from an old magazine from the 40s, I think it was. One of the new pictures from Ruby and Pearl with reading ladies, different book lovers. This is also clipped down, so you can write on the back and use it some other place if you want. Another cute little cluster with dangling pearls. And on the back I have this letter that you can fold out. And in that I have this dried flower that I glued it on some textile so it would keep it safe. I picked these last year and I have dried them since. And then it's this French folding where you have a letter and an envelope in one. So you just fold this inside and you have this little letter. So it's a printable, but I have put Swedish real stamps on it, so that's a bit fun, a bit different. Another Ruby and Pearl wallpaper piece. And a photo from my own stash when we got the railway to my town. And then I have just put this little lace piece. More eco-dyed paper, and then I just put this embossed piece as a decoration. I have left a thread in the middle on this one. More wallpaper print. And this is an old invoice from my farm from 1822. More journaling space, a little cluster and a journaling card. Same on this side, some embossed paper. This is clipped down with this kind of paper clip with 2 legs on it, so I covered that up with the paper so no one won't get hurt. The other side of the magazine. This is an watercolored antique book page, and I have put it on the back of this roses. Then I took this French book paper and just folded it on the page like that, and holding it in place with a Tim Holtz paper clip. Another little tuck spot, and this is a dried flower. These are blue when I picked them, and then when they dried they became white. That's a bit fun. another paper to play with, and it's just clipped down with the paper with another little clip. Another reading lady and a tag with writing space, also sewn on textile and collaged and sewn around on my machine. Printed French paper and another little cluster, and here we have a piece of the old cover was still on the paper, so I left that. So that's a bit fun to have the piece left on that little book paper. On the back we had a fold out, so this folds down. This is also an old antique music paper, so I made a little flip down like that, and then I'm just putting this journaling card in it. The other side of the music paper with a piece of embossed paper and this little boy. I have just put it down with a piece of lace and clipped it on. Another journaling card with these cute ladies, and this is a printed paper from Roxy Creation, from her old Italian books. And another of these printed wallpaper pieces with roses. Another collaged page on linen. And then I have this flower lady. It was so big, so I couldn't fit it into the journal, but I really think this is so cute. So used it as writing space, and then I decorated it with a little cluster. So this was my latest and chunky journal with a loose topper on it. So I hope you liked this, and please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, I would really appreciate that. I will be back with more of making journals for newbies, and also working on the other journal that almost is done too. So thank you so much for watching, and see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.